Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down one of the most powerful ideas in all of finance, and we're going to do it by telling a simple story. It's the tale of two investments, and you'll get to see how two identical piles of money can end up in two very different places. It's a question we should all ask. How does money actually make more money? The answer is really at the heart of everything. From saving and investing to even borrowing. It's all about how your money grows, or in some cases, how your debt grows. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to follow two identical sums of money as they go on two completely different journeys. One is going to take a simple, straight path, but the other is going to take a much more powerful accelerating curve. Okay, first up, let's meet the first character in our little financial tale, simple interest. I want you to think of this as the steady, predictable, no-frills way for money to grow. It's just straightforward. The secret is right there in the definition. With simple interest, you only ever earn interest on your starting amount, that original principal. It never, ever changes. So the interest you earn in year 1, it's the exact same amount you'll earn in year 5 or year 10. It's totally linear and predictable. And the math behind it is just as simple. You take your initial chunk of money, you multiply it by the interest rate, and then by how much time has passed. That's it. It's a clean, direct calculation. No surprises here. All right, let's make this real. We're going to follow an example of a guy named Ramesh and his 10,000 rupees, and we'll see what happens when he puts it on this simple, straight path. So, our story kicks off with this principal investment. 10,000 rupees. That's our starting line. Every single calculation from here on out is going to be based on this one number. So after 2 years at a 5% interest rate, the investment has earned a flat 1,000 rupees. Pretty simple, right? That's 500 rupees for the first year and another 500 for the second year. It's consistent, it's predictable. And there you have it. The final total is just your original 10,000 plus that 1,000 in interest. You end up with a nice, tidy, and completely expected outcome of 11,000 rupees. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Where do you actually see simple interest in the real world? Take a look at this list. Notice the pattern? It's almost always used for short-term things, situations where you want everything to be super simple and easy to figure out. Okay, let's turn the page and meet our second character. This one operates on a completely different principle, and believe me, it is way more powerful. Let's talk about compound interest. This right here is the absolute game changer. The definition says it all. The interest is calculated on the principal plus all the interest you've already earned. This is why you always hear it called interest on your interest. It's a huge deal. The best way to picture this is to think about a tiny snowball at the top of a really big snowy hill. As it starts to roll, it picks up more snow, and it gets bigger. And the bigger it gets, the more snow it picks up with every single rotation. That accelerating growth, that's the magic of compounding. So let's run our experiment one more time. We're going to take another 10,000 rupees, but this time we're sending it down the compounding path. Let's see just how different the journey and the final destination really are. So once again, we're starting with the exact same 10,000 rupees and the same 5% interest rate. The only thing that's different this time, the interest is going to compound. Let's watch what happens. So after 2 years, the interest earned is 1,025 rupees. Now, it's a little bit more than the simple interest path. So why is that? Well, after year 1, you earned 500 rupees. But in year 2, you earned interest on 10,500 rupees, not just the original 10,000. And that's where that extra 25 rupees comes from. It might not seem like much now, but that, my friends, is the snowball starting to pick up momentum. And this really shows the accelerating power of that snowball. Our final amount is 11,025 rupees. See? The money didn't just grow, the growth itself started growing. And this is where you find compound interest in your life. It's the engine behind most long-term wealth-building tools, like retirement plans and investments. But, and this is so important, it's also the engine behind long-term debt, like credit cards. It is an incredibly powerful tool that can either work for you or it can work against you. Okay, now that we've walked both paths, let's put them side by side. It's time to see the final results of our tale of two investments and really let the difference sink in. I mean, the visual says it all, doesn't it? Even after just 2 years, you can see the difference. Now, it might look like a small gap right now,
But the key thing to remember is that this gap doesn't just grow, it accelerates. Time is the fuel for the compounding engine.
This table just sums it all up perfectly. Just look at that row for growth of interest. Constant versus increasing. That is the entire story in just 2 words. One path is a straight, predictable line. The other is an upward curve that just gets steeper and steeper over time. So why does any of this matter? Because this is not just some abstract theory. Understanding this fundamental difference is honestly one of the most important pieces of knowledge you can have for managing your own financial life. And really, it just boils down to this. This knowledge isn't optional, it's absolutely essential. Whether you are saving, borrowing, or investing, these 2 forces, simple and compound interest, are what will shape your financial future. And that really leaves us with the big question here. Is your money on the simple, straight path, or is it building a snowball? The biggest thing to take away from all this is that you want to make compounding your best friend when it comes to savings and investments. And you have to be deeply aware of how it can work against you when it comes to debt. Because ultimately, the path you choose is what will determine your destination.